Hello and welcome to Musician vs. Musician, a podcast/gig, where every week we sort out our various thoughts, I record them, and then I edit them later to make them kind of coherent. And man, this one got away from me. I forgot what we say, and just kind of said words.
Yeah, welcome to Musician. This is a podcast/gig, where we talk about whatever random music or topic or genre thing we want to, because we can.
Oh my god, she did the intro. Guys,
yeah!
I'm going to edit that and then use it forever.
Please don't.
I just got to put it over the top of whatever I'm saying at the start.
Yeah, we'll do both at the same time and just hope that people have listened to some ones where it makes sense.
Oh, God bless them. God bless new listeners. They're going to be so long.
They're going to be like,
So, let's jump into it. Let's get right into this.
You're going first.
Yeah, I know. I was just waiting for you to say something like funny or supportive, and you just looked at your phone.
Well, to be fair, I'm getting my podcast up.
All right, you podcast.
Report if you prefer, you pedantic
well,
piece of shit.
I would prefer you to say the actual word.
Sorry, maybe I don't commit to generic uses of words. I am a fluid being.
You are a fluid being, if nothing else. Right. What band was originally called Groundswell? Groundswell. Yeah, okay.
Is it Groundswell?
No, it's just it's Groundswell. As in, man, I say words weirdly. Groundswell. Yeah, like the swelling of the ground.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Well, it released...
Do I get anything more than that? Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you more. It formed in Norwood, Ontario. It's a 5-piece band.
Ontario.
1992, they released an album, and then they broke up.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they didn't last very long.
No, but they reformed as the band that we're talking about today.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm asking you, what band did they reform as?
Canadian. Do I get anything more than that?
I can give you some of the band names, the people in it.
Yeah, the members.
So they regrouped as a 3-piece. They were called the bassist, Brad Walst.
I don't know.
The drummer, Neil Sanderson.
No.
The vocalist, Adam Gontier.
No.
3 Days Grace.
I never would have got that in a bajillion fucking years.
Most people, I think, would have gotten it from Adam Gontier.
I don't even recognise the name.
Really?
Not at all.
Alright, well, this will be fun for you then. You'll learn things.
I'm learning already.
So in 1997, after they had broken up in 1995, they got back together as 3 Days Grace. According to Gontier, the name refers to a sense of urgency, with the question being whether someone could change something in their life if they only had 3 days to make a change.
That's a really dumb reason for a name, but okay.
Alright, well...
I think, to be honest, I'm so used to having stupid reasons for names that when people have an actual reason, I'm like,
Do you think my reason is stupid?
Yeah, but I enjoy it because it's stupid.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is mine stupid?
Because it is!
It's a good name.
It's a bit silly.
It's a reference to poetry.
I know it's a reference to poetry, but also ask anyone in the band and they'll go, yeah, it's a bit silly.
Yeah, I don't know why though. I legitimately don't know why
For a start, you can't even say it.
I can't say it. I don't know why I and the girls that I date are the only people who like the name.
Is that why you pick them? If they like the name, you're like,
no,
yeah, you're in.
No, it's just like retroactively. Whenever I'm like dating someone new, I'll be like, "Do you like the name of this band?"
I think they just fucking...
And they if they say yes, I keep dating them. If they say no, I say, "Get out of my car."
Literally push him out in the middle of the road, like, Tuck, go on, there you go.
Yeah, like Nora, God bless her, liked the name. I mean,
good job, because she might have had a fatal injury if not.
That's true. Just push her out of the car.
Yeah.
So, 3 Days Grace created the song "I Hate Everything About You."
Yeah, as you showed me.
I showed you the other day,
yeah.
Which attracted the interest of several record labels, and they were soon signed to Jive Records.
That's a good name for a record.
Yeah, I thought that's the only reason I kept it in there.
Yeah, I like that.
They moved to Longview Farm, a studio in Massachusetts, to record their debut album. And I record this stuff because I like the idea that bands get away places to record things.
Yeah.
I like it when bands go places, and especially when they go different places each album to get different vibes.
Yeah, it's a different experience. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
The self-titled album, 3 Days Grace, was finished.
I know what self-titled means.
I'm just checking. Was finished
Another
in
band
New York.
with a self-titled first album.
Yeah.
As per our last podcast. Why did everyone do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just to get the name in popular consciousness.
It's probably why, to be fair.
It was It was met with mixed to favourable reviews. Do you want to hear some of the reviews?
Yeah, I'm excited now.
Okay. Dave Doré of IGN said of the album, "Mistakes? There's not many." Whereas Heather Farris said that on 3 Days Grace, the band's focus and adherence to alt metal's formulas, coupled with tight songwriting and some unexpectedly pretty choruses, results in a strong track that are more memorable than the work of many of their peers. But she criticised them, saying they're accessible, but they need to add something to be distinctive.
Okay,
You've heard them.
That's a very well-rounded review, actually. She's been very reasonable there.
You've heard them. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Like, and we'll get to it. I'll get to mine as we get along.
Yeah.
I have heard the first album. I don't think it's very good. I think I Hate Everything About You is the only good song on it, and it's so fucking emo that it makes me
Yeah.
want to punch myself.
And that's you. It makes me want to peel my skin off.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, Gontier developed an addiction to the prescription drug OxyContin. After finishing the tour for their first album, the band knew they couldn't continue, so in 2005, he went to rehab.
Huh.
And when in rehab, he wrote lyrics for songs regarding how he felt and what he was going through, and that contributed to the album 1X, which is their good album.
Okay.
I'll play, this is the part of the pod, we're very early in, but there's not a huge amount to say other than this album's good. I'll put on a few of the songs
Sure.
after we get to the end of this section. So he successfully completed treatment. Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
boy.
great. They found a place suitable for further songwriting in a cottage where they experimented on, tested, and practiced new songs. After 3 months, they had finished what would be their second album. Gontier contributed lyrics from his experiences in rehab, and the first single, titled Animal I've Become, which you've definitely heard.
Yeah, I recognize the name of that.
This animal I have become, help me to see.
I might recognize it with the guitars.
Yeah, maybe. It features lyrics Gontier had written while getting sober, and the second album, 1X, contained at least 4 songs in that vein, including Over and Over, Gone Forever, Pain, and Never Too Late. Pain is one of the ones I'm going to make you listen to because it's hilariously emo, and I fucking love it. The opening line is one of the most emo things anyone's ever written.
Are you going to dramatically say it now?
No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to save it.
Oh, okay.
Pain, without love, pain,
Oh,
can't get enough.
I'm struggling.
Pain,
I'm struggling already.
I like it rough, cause
I don't
I'd
like
rather
this.
feel pain than nothing at all.
Oh, Lord.
How amazing is that?
Oh, Christ.
That's genius.
Is it?
That is fucking genius. In 2006, Gontier said that the album's material was more personal to him. No fucking shit.
Well, yeah.
And it was released in 2006. It marked the 4th member, Barry Stock, his first kind of collaboration with the band, because before there were just 3 of them. And Gontier also performed live by himself at various rehab centres as a thank you to the people who helped him get through his addiction,
Okay.
which I think is pretty cool.
Fair enough.
Now we'll get to the reviews of this, but first, because this album was received well. But first, I'm going to give you context, and we're just going to listen to a little bit of a couple of songs. We're going to listen to Animal I've Become, Pain, I Hate Everything About You, Time of Dying, and Over and Over. So I probably won't put all those in.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Without love, pain, I can't get enough pain. I like it rough.
That was most of 1X. What did you think?
Actually, that was not entirely what I was expecting it to be. The first couple of tracks we listened to...
It's All Over and Pain.
Yeah. I'm not fussy lyrically, but all the members are clearly very competent at their instruments, which is nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's got a very clean and confident sound.
Sorry?
It's got a confident sound. People know what they're doing.
Yeah. I think in a lot of songs, the drummer's quite clearly underutilized.
Yeah.
You hear parts of it, and they're clearly very good at what they do, and it's just not showed off. But then a lot of the guitars are very simple. It's just They're very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not for me. Like,
Yeah.
it's a bit simple. It's
That's
a bit.
fair. I was listening to it and I was thinking, yeah, this is quite simple.
It's a bit generic.
Mm-hmm. But I think the album itself, 1X, is their good album. I think you can tell that Adam Gontier went through a ton of shit. It comes across in the music really well. And the album itself was met with mostly positive reviews. The Toronto Star complimented the album with a review title of One CD Worth Buying, and focused on its lyrics, saying the lyrics really speak to you, especially if you're going through a tough time in your life. Which, as a teenager, obviously
I was
this
gonna say,
album.
yeah, it's a teenager's album. Isn't it?
As so much of music is.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, your teenagers are the ones buying your merch and shit.
Exactly. All music reviewer Corey Appar praised the music, saying it remains catchy despite its lyrical darkness, but pointed out that 3 Days Grace is hardly innovative and in their approach to writing music, and that further distinctive qualities would help the band separate itself.
So they've got some pretty similar reviews going on, which is basically set yourself apart, which I would agree with. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all good at what you do, but you absolutely just fall into the crowd.
Yeah. Which is funny because they did really well for this. 1X peaked at number 2 on the Canadian album chart and
That's
number
good.
5 on the Billboard 200. It
What
sold...
is Billboard 200 global?
the American.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It sold 78,000 copies in the US in the first week. Animal I've Become was 3 Days Grace's most successful single, becoming 2006 most played rock song in Canada. Of course it was as well, because it's the second most emo song on the record. Most of emo being Pain.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, as we said though, I really did recognise the intro and the bass lines and things. Did not recognise the chorus at all. I don't think the chorus is catchy at all.
This animal I have become. You don't think it's catchy?
No.
Why?
I don't know. Like, that didn't stick with me at all.
Okay.
Like,
Interesting. What stuck with you?
the last one. What was the last one called?
Time of Dying?
I
In
think.
the time of dying,
I think so. Yeah.
I will not die. I'll wait here for you.
I think that's more memorable.
I think that one's underrated. I think it's really good.
Yeah, that stuck with me. Like, it's quite interesting to go into this because I've got a very clean slate for this.
Yeah, I mean, like the riffs for It's All Over and Time of Dying, which is it's just complicated enough to be interesting,
Yeah. Yeah.
whilst being simple enough to be really fucking catchy.
Hmm.
So from March to August 2008 and from January to April 2009, they recorded their third album, which is called Life Starts Now. Critics as well as band members have noted that the album kind of departs from Anger and is pretty optimistic.
Okay. So it didn't go down so well then.
Well, it went down pretty well.
Okay.
Like, it debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200, which is its highest position. Sold 79,000 copies.
Solid.
But, as noted by reviewers and me, it just...
Reviewers in you.
Yeah, well, it just kind of sounds like nothing. And I probably won't stop the recording just to show you one of the songs. I'll probably just put it through my phone.
Don't know why you're saying probably. You're literally in the process.
Yeah,
of
I'm
looking
just
it
gonna
up
do it now. Because it's just... which one do I remember? So there are some ones that I like on this, actually, looking at the songs. But they are very generic sounding. And I'm going to pick maybe the most generic sounding.
Oh.
If I can get a video. Oh, it's called Lost in You by 3 Days Grace. Oh, there you go.
I don't like this.
Oh, let's skip ahead a little
Yeah,
bit.
listen, does it amp up?
No.
Oh.
When I said I'm nothing without you. This is the chorus.
Yeah, it's very, very just like...
Yeah.
I would agree with the... obviously, I haven't listened to the whole album, but that's definitely a nothing song.
Well, then listen to World So Cold. So you got... I think this was meant to be the animal I've become of the record. I get those vibes from it.
I think it's the intro that gives that vibe.
Like, promising but basic build.
Yes.
And then the chorus gets to it eventually. I feel your love. Where can you lie?
Like, it's not badly written, it's just not very interesting.
Yep, I think it's very competently written, but
Yeah.
this is where I start to really feel the comments about how they need to stand out more.
Yeah, it's complete. They're spot on, actually.
Yeah, this is where I get it now. It's just not good. Apparently, one reviewer said they had no sound of their own, just a shallow range between Linkin Park and Nickelback, which I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes.
That's fucking dead on.
Since when a reviewer's right?
I know. So they announced their fourth studio album would be called Transit of Venus, set to be released October 2nd, 2012. According to the band, they had no name for it. A fan leaked that, and they were like, "Yeah, sounds cool. All right."
So what's it called?
Transit of Venus. It's to do with Venus being visibly moving across the sun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just an event that happens every so many years. Like I think 1,000
I don't think
or
it's
something.
suitable to correlate their album release with that kind of event.
I mean, they didn't even release it with that event. That was just
True.
when the name was released because of a fan suggested it. So
I bet that fan is well chuffed.
yeah, I don't know who they are. Well done, fan of 3 Days Grace. Maybe you're still a fan.
How funny would it be if they actually were in the very few people that listen to this and they're like, yeah, boy!
That'd be fucking amazing.
That would be cool.
So that kind of, but before they released it, Adam Gontier left the band.
Right, so that was the notable singer, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
he's the singer who you listened to previously.
Okay.
The band described Gontier's departure as being abrupt and unexplained. Gontier has said that he just wasn't happy singing with them anymore. He didn't like the music they were making anymore. He's in a new band now.
Well, if he's happy, he's happy.
Yeah. The thing is, unfortunately, the new singer, who is, he does have a name, and I have written it down. It's Matt Walst. He's of the band My Darkest Days.
Don't know.
Yeah, he's a good singer, but he doesn't have Adam Gontier's very defined voice.
Yeah, his voice really does remind me of someone. I'm sure I'll work it out at some really irritating point and just phone you at like bloody 4 a.m. like, I remembered! And then we'll put it on the next podcast. But yeah.
I mean, and I don't really want to touch on a lot more that they've done because there's not much more interesting stuff. After this point, they've toured with Hailstorm. They've done a lot of stuff, a lot of tours.
Yeah, they're a big band. Like.
Yeah, they've released albums. They're touring. They're coming here soon.
Okay.
Yeah. But actually, I think by the time this podcast comes out, they'll already have been here. And I don't care.
Yeah.
It is for me. It's one of those things where Adam Gontier's voice really did make the band, and I didn't even like the third album, which he was part of.
Like, obviously, it's going to be a bit different for you because as a vocalist, obviously, you look for that a bit more.
Yeah.
But I can see why a lot of people would say that.
I don't think they're interesting enough without him.
To be honest, I didn't think they were interesting enough with him.
Well, I mean, the third album, which you heard 2 songs from, who cares?
Yeah.
And we're going to listen to one more song with the new singer that I'm going to put in here.
Okay.
Just to get an idea of the difference, and you can tell me your opinion.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Painkiller is the song that's coming up.
I can be a killer. Love me till it's
What do you think?
As a song, like, ignoring that they've had a new vocalist, I think that song that we listened to is actually a bit more catchy than some of the ones I've listened to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that one stayed in my head,
Mm-hmm.
which is more than I can say for most of them, but I can see it is a difference, but I don't think it's as severely pronounced as people make it out to be.
Yeah.
It's just because they're quite an emo band.
I just think they're generic-y anyway.
Yeah, because they're generic anyway, and because they're an emo band, people just fixate on the singer. When it was, what was it, Suicide Silence, and the singer died or whatever happened, and he left. I can't remember. And they were like, "Oh, you need to change your name now. It's a different band." Like, sorry, other members in the band are important too.
Yeah.
Like,
the other 2 guys who've been the big mainstays for the band are really talented.
yeah, they are. There's only 2 of them. Shit.
They're the big mainstays. They're the ones who formed with Adam Gontier in the
I
beginning.
see, yeah.
I think they're really good, but I just don't like the music very much. I think it's really generic and boring.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, but like it clearly does have merit.
It just doesn't have any emotion to me in the same way. Granted, we only listened to half of one of the new songs.
Yeah.
Maybe I should give more of them a chance. They did have a song that I really liked, which was like Broken Glass. All we are is broken glass. I really liked that, but it got fucking slated for being shit, so...
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was a really good song, so...
Matt with his controversial corner this week.
Yeah, Matt likes something. Oh my god.
He likes something that most people don't like. Oh my god.
Genuinely think it's one of the best 3 Days Grace songs. Because
Okay.
I really like the metaphor of the broken glass metaphor.
Yeah, you quite like broken glass as a concept.
I
don't
do.
you?
I like broken like mirrors and things, reflective
Yeah.
surfaces.
Like there's broken glass on a EP cover purely because you wanted it.
Yeah, I
and
just
it was
think it's
really
cool.
aggro to do actually. That took me a long time to layer up right.
Do you want to talk about that for 20 minutes, or do you want to get onto your report?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about my report because I'm very excited by who I'm doing.
All right.
You should know who I'm doing because I did have to clear some things with you first.
Okay. I've forgotten.
So I'm just gonna the names. They've all got nicknames. So I'm
Okay.
gonna give you the names of the musicians
Okay.
and hope that you get anything from it.
Right.
So
Are you doing Slipknot again?
no,
That'd be really funny.
that would be really funny if I just do it and you like I know all of this.
Every week
like,
we do Slipknot.
It'd be cool if we could get new information every time.
Oh man, they're
The Slipknot podcast.
they're slowly releasing information now.
True.
It'll be a Slipknot podcast by the end of the year.
Yeah. Right. So we've got guitarist James Monkey Schaefer,
Okay. Brian
Head Welch,
Okay. I recognize that name.
bassist Reginald Fieldy, and I can't pronounce his surname.
Nice.
This is their original drummer. It was just David Silveria, I believe.
Okay, so it's not Pantera.
It's not Pantera, and I'm pretty sure when I tell you what the singer's called, you're gonna know who it is.
All right, go for it.
Jonathan Davis.
No,
Really?
I'm really bad with band members' names. All of them, like even the singers, I'm bad at it.
So originally this band started as a California-based metal band called LAPD.
Okay,
With all of these.
it's a bad name.
It is. It might be lapped for all I know, or
Yeah,
it could actually
I doubt
stand for
it.
something.
I very much doubt it. I assume it stands for Los Angeles Police Department.
I assume so. It's California-based, so
Is
that makes sense.
Is that how we UK people say LA? Do we say Los Angeles? How do we say it?
I say Los Angeles.
Okay, cool. Wait, say it again.
Los Angeles. Or is it Los Angeles?
I don't
in
know.
America?
I don't know which way we say it because I'm so Americanized and
You are
Australianized.
very Americanized.
I have no idea what we say. Go on.
So originally, most of the band, with the exception of Jonathan Davis, was no, actually, other way around. Jonathan Davis was the lead singer of a group called Sex Art, which is an excellent name. It's all as one word.
That's a good one.
So they asked Davis to join their band. They recorded a demo in 1993 with producer Ross Robinson of Deftones, Limp Bizkit, Slipknot.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
I recognize him from the Slipknot.
This was before he went on to be one of the most sought after rock producers of the.
Wait, is that the... No, that's not the guy who Rexall worked with.
I don't think so.
No. Who did they work with who was really famous?
Rick Rubin?
Oh, yeah, of course. Also
Yeah.
very, very famous.
Yes. Okay, so you really not sure?
No.
Deftones, Limp Bizkit, Slipknot, nothing?
I mean, I know them.
No, but it's of a similar band.
Okay, hold on. Give me 3 guesses.
You
Tell
got
me if
3?
I'm hot or cold.
Okay.
Okay. Hannah Montana.
Very, very cold.
Okay, right. Pretty Frozen.
Solid Frozen.
Right. Second guess. A serious one this time. I shouldn't have wasted my first guess.
You really did waste your first guess.
Anthrax.
You're better than you were, but not good.
Metallica. I know it's not Metallica.
I was going to say that's worse.
Iron Maiden.
Okay. Of a similar breed of Deftones, Limp Bizkit, and Slipknot, you got one more guess.
Slipknot? Again?
Slipknot. Korn.
Oh, man.
You idiot.
I did know this.
I know you know this. I thought you were going to get it when I told you I had to run some things past you.
No.
Because that's only happened
See,
once
I
before.
probably did, and then I just forgot.
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't know from Jonathan Davis.
Yeah.
I
See,
love
I
Jonathan.
recognized it so much. I also recognized the drummer or bassist. Who was it?
You recognised Brian, didn't you?
Yeah.
Brian
Why?
Head.
Why do I recognize that? I guess from this.
Presumably from me talking about him. 'cause I
Yeah,
talk
that
about
makes
him quite a lot.
sense.
Fun fact, right? Jonathan Davis.
I'll be
before-
the judge of that.
No, this is definitely a fun fact.
Alright, okay.
I don't know if you're going to need to beep this out, but I'm going to share it with you either way.
All right, we'll say it like relatively slowly. So
I'll
it's
leave a
easier.
gap before and after.
Okay.
Okay, so Jonathan Davis was originally a mortuary science student, and in his time as working in a coroner's office, he once found a dildo inside a corpse.
No, we can leave that in. That's
yeah,
fine.
I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. That's funny.
So they signed to Epic's Immortal imprint. They issued their debut, also self-titled,
Oh wow.
album, and this is becoming a real theme.
Why would they title it Anthrax? That's just weird.
Yeah, it's another band. They were like, yeah, that's us.
Actually,
They were banking on their success.
holy shit, would that be funny? Okay, so bear with me. We hear that a band's going to release a new EP.
We do, yeah.
We release an album that's their name.
We're gonna release our next EP called Nil Desperance. Do you reckon they'd be annoyed or find it funny?
Probably a mix.
Yeah,
Probably a
yeah.
variation.
Yeah.
We
We'll ask
are
them.
kind of promoting them and
Well,
fucking ourselves over.
We
so.
will ask them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had issued their debut self-titled album in 1994. They had apparently a relentless tour schedule. That included stints opening for Ozzy Osbourne, Megadeth, and Marilyn Manson, which is pretty insane considering it's a debut album.
You know who's terrible live?
Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson.
He's horrific live.
He's really bad.
Yeah.
Saw
really.
him perform with Taylor Momsen.
Every time you see him live, he's just he's so tuned on the albums. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep. So the record slowly but steadily rose in the charts, eventually going gold on the back of the hit single "Blind," which I'm going to make you listen to at some point.
Cool. Do you want to listen to it now, or you waiting?
No, I've got another sentence which you couldn't have held on for. Could
Okay.
you?
Well, no. Now I feel like we've broken the flow.
Well, you
so-
have broken the flow, but it's not going to make sense anywhere else.
All right, fine.
So combining dark lyrical content about child abuse, molestation, discrimination, and drug addiction, hip-hop influences, and down-tuned guitar sludge, Korn were unintentionally at the forefront of the movement that would be dubbed nu metal.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
All right, let's
We're going to
listen
listen to
to
Blind
by Anthrax.
by Anthrax. Yes, correct.
Are you ready?
Cool.
What did you think?
Really liked it. I immediately, as soon as they started playing, I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, I know.
Yeah.
I know what new metal is now."
Yeah, I really do like that song. That was actually that song we always used to. So you know when you're in band and like you're in a band practice and people just start playing something and everyone gradually joins in. The intro to that song we would all just end up in Excursion. We would just end up playing that all the time.
That makes sense to me.
That
Yeah.
bit all the
It's
time.
really good.
So moving on a little bit now, there is a trigger warning right now. So on their debut album was the song "Daddy." I think it's what people always use as a reference point for how personal it is, because a lot of the time you get these like we were talking about with 3 Days Grace. It's like the good album was realistically his rehab years or his rehab time, and it's a very similar deal in this. It was. This song, it was just very serious. It actually originated in his old band, Sex Art, and was called Follow Me. But because obviously the band have an influence on the song, it was the version of the song, but it was from the perspective of the person, the older person that is sexually abusing his child. Or it was about an older person removing a child of its innocence, as they put it. But he just redid it. He did exactly what he wanted it to be. It was creepy. It was wrong. He made it and drew from his own experiences and changed it to be from the perspective of a child, which is why the name was changed to Daddy. He's spoken about it, and he's said a few times in interviews he was not sexually abused by his father, but he was sexually abused by his babysitter. He told his parents, and they didn't care. They said he was lying. And the song itself is it's about 9.5 minutes long.
Jesus.
The instruments. It drops down to instrumentals at about 5.5 minutes in, and the rest is just screaming, swearing, crying. Like it's really, really, really heavy. But people talk about it a lot. I think he originally said they wouldn't play it live for a long time because it was too emotional for all of them. The whole band struggled together with it. They talk a lot about because obviously as we know from just recording an EP, when you record together, it's a very personal experience for all of you.
Yeah.
And they said that following the vocals, because I think they did more or less all the vocals in one take, and they just sat together and cried after it, the whole band.
It's emotional.
It was very, very heavy, although he said that he would be comfortable playing it live now. He's discussed it on YouTube and has basically said that I'd put it out there. I wouldn't have put it out there if I didn't want to.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see something come out of something shitty, but it really is the benchmark for how deep and personal it's willing to be and how heavy the content matter is.
Yeah.
But then we'll probably leave that one in where it is.
I mean, we stand very firmly on this issue. Like,
yeah,
it's not controversial to us.
It's not controversial at all.
Like, we
sorry.
don't have a disagreement.
This
like,
is, yeah.
It's bad, full stop.
Yeah, it's not something I wanted to skirt around, basically. I didn't think it would be fair to just leave it out.
No.
It is an important benchmark in the band's history, but also it does not define the band, and so I'm not going to sit on it any longer than
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if kids do listen to this. Just a side note here. If you are suffering from abuse, you are not, like, there's nothing wrong with you. This is just my kind of belief in this stuff.
If you did, like, the point of it is not to make you relive anything that happened. The point is for you to recognize that it's an experience that does happen, and it's not your fault, and it is addressable.
Yeah, and people who love you will be there for you and stuff. But that's just, we shouldn't stick on this too long, because neither of us are.
We're not experts in this topic. I'm not trying to tell you anything you don't already know. I just don't feel it's fair to skirt around it.
No, and we have an opinion on this. It's cut and dry.
It is very cut and dry. So following this, the band's album Life is Peachy. Have you heard that one?
No.
That is probably one of them.
Dude, I barely listen to Korn.
It's one of the more famous ones. I'm going to get you into Korn. I think
That'd be very easy based on
Yeah, I know. Yeah, everything you've heard, you've been like, yes. This did feature the song called Adidas. That song, I love it.
Interestingly, the song that just jumped in my head was blue dabba dee dabba die.
You know there's words to that?
It's blue dabba dee dabba die.
No, there are actually words. No. It starts out like that. Nah, I'm gonna fucking shout you down, bitch.
Dabba dee dabba doo dabba dee
Say the blue bit again.
Dabba dee
Start
dabba
again.
doo dabba dee dabba die. Dabba dee dabba doo.
For any, obviously you can't see us. I have a T and I've just flicked it in Matt's face.
I'm gonna probably cut out that.
You know what the words are?
We don't need.
It's I'm blue. If I was green, I would die.
Really?
At first it's just gibberish, but it actually, when it goes into it, it is actually words.
That's funny.
Yeah, the more you know. I didn't know that until not very long ago.
Probably cut this out though.
Yeah, probably should.
That's terrible.
So the song Adidas. People always say that was they were endorsed by Adidas after a while. They always used to do this jokey. I'm gonna actually kill you.
Every time you say it, it reminds me of it.
Well, I'm not gonna say it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna, because it's an acronym. It's not meant to be Adidas the brand.
Oh. Blue dabba dee dabba dabba. You said you wouldn't say it again.
I didn't say it.
You said Adidas.
I didn't.
You did.
I said
I can play it back. You did.
Okay, fine. Okay, so it's an acronym. It's not meant to be the brand. People always say they wouldn't endorse stuff.
What does it stand for?
All day I dream about sex.
Oh, okay. All day I
dream about sex.
Okay, yeah. Adidas has 2 D's in it.
It doesn't.
I think it's Adidas.
It is Adidas.
The brand.
It is official. Like, that was the name, but it's colloquially Adidas.
But Adidas, in like the brand, has 2 D's, right? It goes Adiddas, right?
Not as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
You can Google it if
I've
you
been
want.
wrong about this my whole life.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
Okay.
In fact, I'm very confident.
I'm happy to be wrong. Yeah, man, I'm very incorrect.
Yes, you are.
Huh. That's interesting. Well, I didn't know that. So there you go. Life finds a way.
Yeah. So that song, I do enjoy that song. It's quite silly.
Oh, you mean I'm Blue David? That's the song you meant, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, by Pearl Jam.
By Pearl Jam.
By Pearl Jam
by
and
Mookie
Nirvana.
Blaylock. So the following summer, they headlined Lollapalooza, but they were forced to drop off the tour because Schaefer was diagnosed with viral meningitis. That's a good reason.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. They got increased exposure, and that's when they also used to get their controversy. They made national headlines when a student in New Zealand, which was spelt in the article that I read it from. Zealand was spelled Z-E-E land. And it made me...
Zealand.
Yeah. Oh. That's because I'm wrong. It's not New Zealand. It's Zealand.
Oh, okay.
It is actually somewhere else. No, fair enough.
Do you want me to edit that out so you don't look like a dumbass?
No, because I am a dumbass
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't try and hide it at this point.
Both pretty dumb.
Yeah. He was suspended for wearing a Korn t-shirt because the principal declared that the music was indecent, vulgar, and obscene.
It's legit.
The band reissued more t-shirts basically after it. It was like, yeah, go on. So Follow the Leader was released in 1998. Actually, Follow the Leader...
Following the leader, wherever you will go.
Is
That one.
words?
Well, it's probably. I mean...
I was going to say, yeah.
Following the leader, the leader, the leader. Yeah, that's right. Following the leader,
I just
wherever
remember
he
the
will
tune.
go. Ta-da, da-dee.
This is going to be an extortionately long podcast, considering you said you wanted to do this one quickly.
I'm going
anywhere to be today, you know? You're only making your life hard. You're going to have to edit this out.
Man, I think I just combined two songs as well.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So this was their biggest hit to date. The album debuted at the top of the Billboard 200. It spawned the singles Got the Life and Freak on a Leash. They won a Grammy for Freak on a Leash. I assume you've heard that.
Nope.
It's on Guitar Hero, so you probably have heard it in passing.
Nope.
You're going to keep saying nope, but I'm fairly sure you have.
Nope.
Is that just all you can say now?
Yes.
Well, clearly not.
Nope. Sometimes when I get tired, I get really irritating, and I'm pretty tired.
Fucking clearly! Right, that same year, the band kicked off their inaugural stint of their Family Values tour. That featured the lineup consisted of friends and contemporaries Limp Bizkit, rapper Ice Cube, German industrial metal band Rammstein, and the first signees to Davis's imprint Elementary Records. Orgy is what that's called, which is nice. It followed the leader as an album.
Was Chumbawamba playing?
Yeah. It eventually
Do you know
went...
their famous song?
Yeah, I do.
What
and
is
it
it?
eventually went...
What's their famous song?
I want you to shut up if that counts.
What's their famous song?
How long... Well, you know we're 37
I
minutes
get
in.
knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never gonna keep me down. Alright, I'm done.
Are you?
Yeah.
So I don't think you fucking are, you
No,
know?
I just wanted to make that joke.
Okay. So that...
I get knocked... Go on. Go on. Go on. You just fucking... Alright, go on.
Are you done?
For now?
Okay. So Follow the Leader eventually went quintuple platinum and sold over 10 million copies.
Her face is fucking ice cold. Adam. Dee. Go on. You can do it. I believe in you.
Can I?
You can finish the report.
Oh, I'm trying to find where I am now. Oh, so they released issues after capping off their summer with a slot at the main stage of Woodstock of '99. They began promotion for their fourth effort issues. This featured the singles Falling Away From Me, Make Me Bad, and Somebody Someone.
Can I try and sing them?
You don't know them, but I'm willing to hear you try based on that.
No, we shouldn't spend more time with me singing.
Yeah. Issues continued Korn's dominance of MTV rock radio, and they toured with Stained, Pod and Papa Roach, and Powerman 5000. I have no idea who they are, not gonna lie.
You have no idea who Stained are?
No, I know Stained, Pod and Papa Roach, but I don't know who Powerman 5000 are.
I assume the best band who's ever existed.
Based on the name, yeah.
Yeah.
So then Silveria, their drummer, was sidelined by a back injury. They forged Go Ahead with the former Faith No More drummer, which is cool. Apparently the drummer later returned, but there were rumours of him leaving the band for a fashion career, but apparently this stemmed from modelling work he'd done before his injury, but people just decided he'd gone on a fashion leave and he'd actually hurt his back, which is quite funny. They did a stadium tour. They followed later that year touring with Metallica, Kid Rock, and Powerman 5000 again, and System of a Down, also on the same bill, which is cool. Before the release of their next album, Fieldy released a gangster rap album, and David scored on the film Queen of the Damned, which is cool. Is Queen of the Damned the one with the vampires and the violin?
I have no idea.
Have you not seen? Oh, okay. I'm sure
seen
I've seen it. You looked slightly impressed for someone that hasn't seen it.
Dude, I was barely listening. I was thinking about something else.
Dude.
And my face kind of just like, I've just kind of learned how to lie with my face. My flatmates used to think it was really funny. They didn't.
Did they?
They didn't think that. She's not doing well, guys. She's flagging.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, go on. You can do it. You can make it.
I'm skipping through some of it because clearly we've
I'm
gone
listening.
on for too long. I'm trying to...
It's been a long day, guys.
struggling.
We've both been here for a little while now.
Yeah. So after See You on the Other Side, Korn forged fourth, playing shows that summer as a quartet, signing an expansive recording and development deal with Virgin. I assume that is the phone company because I have no idea what else it would be.
Virgin Records, yeah. It's all the same conglomerate.
Yeah. So the following December, they released See You on the Other Side, a number 3 hit which released a batch of hook-ready songs, apparently, co-written with hit-making pop producer production team The Matrix, Avril Lavigne and Britney Spears.
Nice. You know you're doing well with Avril Lavigne.
I know, I do well with Avril Lavigne.
She wrote Hello Kitty. That's pretty fucking tight.
Yeah, that's a really top-notch one, you know?
It's a bad song. Don't listen to it.
Yeah, don't
Actually,
bother.
do listen to it because it's really funny.
It is very funny. So they then did a live acoustic recording at MTV Unplugged. That's when they worked with Amy Lee of Evanescence, which is cool.
Nice.
I believe it was Freak on a Leash they did with her, so I'm going to make you have a look at that because I feel like you'd be quite interested in that.
Is Amy Lee one of the patron saints of this show?
Why would she be?
I feel like she's one of our... I think like she's our go-to best female vocalist.
Yeah, okay. I'll accept that.
You're going to put her as one of the patron saints?
Are we going to have... Can we have a list of patron saints for this?
Sure. My vote, Corey Taylor, Amy Lee, just people we talk about enough. Who else you got?
I mean, I want it to be Jonathan Davis, but you didn't even know who he was.
I
so.
didn't, but maybe I will by the end of the week.
So they released The Serenity of Suffering in 2015.
She's really powering through now, guys.
I am powering through. I'm so done.
Yeah.
That's the one that has Corey Taylor on it. He's featured on A Different World, which I know you've listened to because
You put it in the car.
I thought you would enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. Did I enjoy it?
You seem to.
Okay.
We can have a little... I think when we have a listen to next, I'll put it on for a second, so I think you will recognise it straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Good album, actually, because people always say about when you get a few albums in, people lose the sound, but I really don't think they have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm very excited to see them tour again, as they've got a new album in the works. Obviously,
if it makes you feel better, based off of just that one song that we listened to, I would go see them live.
They're amazing live.
So you've sold me very quickly.
I really do love Jonathan Davis, though. Like, because a lot of the time I really don't like fixating on the singer, but he's just so cool.
That's
like,
fair.
I don't think he has any links to Scotland, but he still wears a kilt and plays bagpipes on stage. So they are hoping to release a new album soon. I think their ambition to 2019 release date, but that might be put off now, as we've discussed personally before, is that Jonathan Davis has lost his wife. Under unpleasant circumstances as well. Like, it was rough. It does sound like it's been rough for him. Although, like a trooper, he is still touring.
That's pretty cool.
There's been a few videos of him doing it live because he's been they're doing their 20th anniversary of Follow the Leader tour, which obviously was quite close to home. There's a few songs on there that will be when him and his wife first got together, some of her favourite songs, and he's been shown really struggling on stage, but the band really do come together for it. Like, he's broken down on stage a few times and all the band members are really there for him. It's really nice that they have such a close knit between them, you know, because they haven't really had many changes of lineup, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's nice. I enjoy that. So hopefully they still will, and they will probably tour immediately after that, to be honest. I'm so gonna drag you. If they do tour again, I'm gonna make you come, because I'm absolutely going, not up for debate. That's fair. Annoyingly, the first time I went to download, I didn't know who Korn were, and there's this photo of me with Korn playing live in the background, just not giving a shit, and I hate the photo so much. That's the photo that Carl's in the background of, or he's in the crowd behind me.
Before you met.
Yeah, obviously. Which is fun. But obviously I'm looking forward to the new album, but because of the personal nature of things, and of the lyrics, and the rough nature of what he's going through, it probably will be an album to keep an eye on, if nothing else. So yeah, we can have a listen to a couple more songs now.
Sure.
We'll do. I believe it's a New World that has Corey Taylor on it.
New World.
Actually, I'll double check the name. We'll put it when we come back.
All right, cool.
Feel me, tell me my back's up against the wall. Your magic spell doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, we listened to Falling Away From Me, and we finished. We listened to Coming Undone. I showed Matt the mic stand.
And the Corey Taylor one.
And the Corey Taylor one, yeah, it's a different world, not a new world. I got the principle right.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
Really good. I'm really tired, so I'm not going to get much out of me. But,
Yeah.
Also, with metal, I find it quite complex and difficult to get an immediate handle on it.
I could see that too.
Probably because of my relative newness to the genre.
Yeah.
So you go. You tell me something.
It's just one of my favourite bands. I absolutely love Korn.
What's different about them to other bands?
I think it's where the level of emo is okay for me. Because to be fair, like, you get a lot of the traditional heavy metal bands and all the people that are like, oh, Anthrax and Slayer are the only good bands, and because they address less, well, not emotionally relevant issues. But, like, it's hard. I don't care what you say. It's harder to relate to a song about a political matter that does not affect you than it is to just generic emotional based topics. It's just the level of which it's like, I'm in so much pain. Like, it just it's yeah, because obviously it is a, you know, in terms of content, it is like, it's, what is it you call that when you songs that are about a specific topic or event rather than just random. You said that Callum used to ask for them all the time.
I have no idea.
Like Indians.
What?
I'll get it out of you at some point.
Like Indians?
Like the song Indians. There was another song as well that he really liked. That was just, I think it was one, like, just concept-based stuff that's like, oh, this song is about World War II, or this song is, you know.
Oh, like the Trooper and stuff?
Yeah.
Did I say positive things about that?
I don't think it wasn't like a song-specific thing. You said that there was a type of writing.
Maybe I just said the word concept or story-based.
Yeah, it might have been story-based.
Just more conceptual stuff rather
than...
than...
conceptual stuff was definitely what you said.
Okay.
Rather than, like, vague. Like, it is harder to relate to. Like, I don't really care what you say.
Yeah, I also think it's more difficult to write that stuff.
Yeah, obviously it is.
Concept stuff's really difficult.
It depends it depends what you're angled towards, I guess. But I don't know, I really like the groove to it, because obviously I always fall for groovy bands. Like, I'm really into it. It really, like, you naturally do bop along to it, as Matt is bopping along to a song that's not even playing right now.
It's really good. It's playing in my head.
Yeah,
it's always playing in
my head too.
It's gotten rid of the 30 Seconds to Mars song.
Which is a definite improvement. But yeah, I just really like the real swing to it, and I like that they don't really care. Like, they get endorsed by sports-based brands of name that I'm not going to say because you're an idiot.
What is it, Leia?
It's just a sports-based brand.
What is it? What's it called?
The one that has definitely not 3Ds in it.
Is it blue da 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 sa da dee adidas?
Yeah, it was. And they just, it's sort of in a Limp Bizkit style, sort of taking the piss, but I feel like they do it in a better way, basically, than bands like Limp Bizkit, and I very much enjoy it, basically. Every time I see them live, I really enjoy it. Even if they're clearly looking rough, they always do a really good job of it. Like, to be fair to them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like listening to them. I'll listen to more of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you get into them.
Congratulations, you sold another band. Well
yeah.
done. First, it was actually, I think I sold myself on Slipknot.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like the way the podcast is panning out, this is me presenting a band I like and trying to convince you to like him, whereas you present a band that neither of us like for no particular reason.
I just think it's interesting to return to bands that I have an opinion on and see if I can change it.
The contrast is fun. I'm enjoying it.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the podcast that you do every week with me.
As if it's every week, we're not that consistent.
Right. Do we have a controversial corner to round up with?
Ooh. No.
No. I don't have anything controversial to say today.
We're both a bit tired by now, to be honest. It's warm in here and it's...
Oh, we did 2 of these back to back. It was a long time.
Yeah.
Let's not do this again. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's call it then, yeah?
Yep. Socials.
Oh man, I was about to give out my personal email. Literally on the...
Is it your personal email something like Matt Rocks?
No, bleep that out.
It's a dumb email.
Give out my email.
It's a dumb email.
Give out my fucking phone number as well. I
don't know your phone number. That'd be weird.
You know my phone. You've got it.
I've got it, but I don't know it.
That's fair. Right, we are at Wild Abyss on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, MySpace, YouTube, Spotify,
Yeah,
Amazon
you remember
Music.
Spotify.
I got it. I think that's it. I think that's everything, right?
That's all the important ones.
Yeah. Listen to us
iTunes.
or don't. One of us will care in the band. It probably won't be us.
We'll be like, yeah, boy.
We're too tired to care.
Get involved.
That's my new fucking catchphrase.
I'm too tired
We're
to
too
care.
tired to care. Alright, go for it, Leia. Say your catchphrase.
Eat well, live less.
And no more spaghettis.
Spaghettis.
Bye.
Bye.